Hello students. In the previous class we have discussed about the importance of variation, and then we have also discussed that why variations is important for survival of the organisms in a particular niche and what happens during the DNA copying. We have seen that the variations also take place at the same time. There is consistency in DNA copying is also maintained because some of the basic features will be passed from parents to the next generation without any change made in them. Okay, so we have already studied about all those things. Now today we are going to study about the type of reproduction. So how many types of reproductions you have studied in your lower classes? We have generally studied about two types. One is asexual and the second one is sexual mode of reproduction. A means here without. Without sexual means without sex. Here sexual means having sex is there. Okay, so sex is involved. Two different sexes are there, male and female sexes are there. So let us try to differentiate between, sexual and asexual mode of reproduction. Without, this is asexual means without sex. Okay, now so let us differentiate between them. Let us discuss one by one. So what is the first point here? That no parent, no two parents are involved. Okay, so only single parent is involved. So first we write here only single parent is present. So one parent organism can give rise to a new organism. Two different parents. Now why different? One male and other female. Two different parents are present. Okay, now let us discuss about this. Uh, Special reproductive organs are present in them. Special reproductive organs are present. Organs are present. What about asexual? No special organs are present. So specialized organs are not present. Specialized or special organs are absent. Okay. Then do they produce gametes? No gametes are produced. No, no gametes are produced. Okay, so here in this gametes are produced. Gametes are produced. One is male gamete, the other one is female gamete. Okay, so gametes are produced in this case. Now, what is the next difference here? Is there any fertilization taking place here? No fertilization. No fertilization. Okay, here we can write fertilization occurs. Takes place. Okay, zygote is also formed. Zygote is formed. No zygote formation. So these are basic differences between sexual and asexual mode of reproduction. No zygote formation. So zygote formation does not take place. So you can note down these differences in your notebook. Now let us continue with the asexual mode of reproduction. Now how many types of asexual mode is given in your NCERT? There are basically 6 types of asexual mode is given in your NCERT. Okay, so asexual mode of reproduction. Asexual mode of reproduction. So first one is fission. I will write all of them, then we will discuss them one by one in the next topic. Okay, so fission, and then we have fragmentation. Number 2 is given in your book is fragmentation, and number 3 is regeneration, and number 4 is budding, and number 5 is vegetative propagation, and number 6 is spore formation. Okay, so these are the 6 different types of sexual mode of reproduction which is given in your NCERT textbook. Now let us discuss about the first one, that is fission. So let me adjust my screen so that you can see it properly. Okay, so the first type of sexual reproduction is fission. So what is fission? The meaning, the literal meaning of the word fission is mean to divide. Okay, divide. So when an organism divides into two or many daughter cells, we can call it as fission. Simply it divides, the one organism divides into two or more daughter cells, we can call it as fission. Now fission means to divide. So simple organism divides into two or more. Two or more. Why I am saying two or more? Because there are two types of fission is present. So how many types of fission are there? Basically there are two types of fission: binary fission and multiple fission. So what is binary and multiple fission? Binary means two. So when parent organism divides into two daughter cells. Okay, so when the parent organism divides into how many daughter cells? Two daughter cells. Okay, then this is called as binary fission. This is called as binary fission. Example of binary fission is binary fission. Example, the best example you have already studied in your lower classes, that is example is amoeba. Okay, now we'll come back to binary fission one more time. Now multiple fission is what? Multiple means when a parent organism divides into more than two daughter cells or many daughter cells, then we call it as multiple fission. Okay, so when parent organism divides into more than two daughter cells, then it is called as multiple fission. Multiple fission. Example of multiple fission is, example of this fission is plasmodium. Have you heard about plasmodium? Plasmodium is a malarial parasite. It causes malaria. Now many of the student, if you ask which organism causing malaria, many of them say mosquito. Mosquito does not cause malaria, it only spread. It only transmits from infected person to the normal or healthy person. So it is caused by a protozoan called as plasmodium. So plasmodium is a it is a malarial parasite, and it is reproduced, or it reproduces through multiple fission. Now let us talk about binary fission one more time, and then we will see what is given in the NCERT. So now binary fission takes place in amoeba. Amoeba is also a protozoan. Okay, and there is one more protozoan is there called as leishmania. Leishmania is a protozoan. Both are protozoans. Okay. both are protozoans. Okay. Now, leishmania is a parasite causing kala azar. Now, this you have already studied in your ninth class that leishmania causes kala azar. Kala azar means kala means black, zar means azar means fever. Okay, so kala azar means black fever. So it causes black fever. Now let us both reproduce by binary fission. Both are protozoans and both reproduce by binary fission. But there is a difference there. What is the difference? Now if you see the structure of the amoeba, amoeba has a irregular shape, any shape, and amoeba has a pseudopodia. So amoeba, the daughter cells can divide from any place. Basically, the daughter cells in amoeba can divide from anywhere. Okay, so any place the daughter cells can divide, and the amoeba can divide and form two daughter cells. But leishmania has a fixed shape. Leishmania has a fixed shape and it has got a whip like structure or a hunter like structure. Hunter, you might have seen hunter like structure. This is called as flagellum. Okay, so singular is flagellum, and if more are there, then we call it as flagella. Flagella is plural. Okay, so leishmania is having a fixed shape. Okay, now if you divide leishmania from here, what will happen? One leishmania will get the flagellum. What about the lower one? Will it get the flagellum? No, it will not get the flagellum because flagellum has not divided. So leishmania cannot divide through binary fission from any place. So it has to divide through a particular place. Okay. So whenever a binary fission takes place in leishmania, it takes place longitudinally. Okay. So along the longitudinal axis, it takes place. Okay. Means it start dividing from middle, and then the uh, flagellum also divides. You can see here in the book also, in the NCERT it is given here how it divides. You can see here it divides like this. This is the flagellum. Okay, you can see here this is the flagellum and this is the leishmania. It can divide from any place. Yes or no? No, it cannot divide from any place. It divides through a particular place, particular plane. But amoeba, what about amoeba? Amoeba can divide through any plane because amoeba has no regularity in the shape. But leishmania has got regularity in the shape as well as it has got whip-like structure called as flagellum. So it has to divide through a certain plane. So, what is fission? Fission, let us revise it. Fission is a type of asexual reproduction in which organism simply divides into two or more daughter cells. If it is divided into two daughter cells, we call it as binary fission. If it divides into more than two daughter cells, then we call it as multiple fission. So example of multiple fission is plasmodium. So let us see what is given here. For unicellular organisms, cell division or fission leads to the creation of new individuals. Many different patterns of fission have been observed, but in this book we are having two patterns. So many bacteria and protozoa simply split into two equal halves during cell division, and such splitting of two cells during cell division is in any plane. Now here we are talking about any plane. Any plane means through any place it can divide. However, some unicellular organism like leishmania, which has a whip-like structure or hunter-like structure at the end of the cell, in such organism, binary fission occurs in definite orientation, means in a definite place, in a definite plane, in relation to the orientation of these structures. So, what structures we are talking about? Flagellum. Okay, so because of the flagellum, the binary fission in leishmania cannot take place from any plane. It has to take place through a particular plane only. Let us continue. Other single-celled organisms such as malaria parasite called as plasmodium divide into many daughter cells by multiple fission. Okay, so we have seen fission. Now we'll talk about fragmentation in the next class. So complete your notes. I hope you are able to understand. Thank you, students.